Yeah, welcome back to the 292 build here. It's a cold, snowy afternoon, and we're still in the garage here. We're back to putting in the bearings. We've installed all the bearings in the caps, all the main caps. I left this one out just to show you. I'll be working my left hand while filming with my right, so be patient with me. But you put the tang in the slot of the main cap like this, and then you just push it in like this. When you use two hands, it goes even smoother. Some happens it's not completely flush. Then you can take it over and tap it on your bench like that, and it flushes it out. So another thing that you need to do when getting prepared to install the crankshaft is you want to clean all the threads on the bolts and around the top of the bolts. Any place that it's going to be moving, spray some lube on it. This here, what I'm using right now is Hal's lubricant. There again, I'm not being paid to advertise for anyone. I'm just using products I like. And it stays on good, it stays on better than some other brands. And that way you can get a true torque. Without lube threads, you don't always get a true torque, and it can fool you. So you want to have the threads oily and the head of the bolt oily where it makes contact. Now swinging over to the block here, I left a couple things up here. Main cap, or the main bearing at the rear where the rear main's going to be. We're putting the rear main in here in just a little bit, and that'll be another video on showing how to do that and the direction that the lip of the seal needs to point to where you don't have an oil leak at the back of the engine. This bearing, as you notice, that there's a hole right here, and that's an oil feed hole in the block. There's oil feed holes in the bearings. These bearings fit a multitude of things, but as long as the hole lines up with the bearing when there's not a continuous slot, I have always used them, and it works out good. As you can see, when I push that bearing in, that hole lines up. I'll take the hammer handle, tap that a little bit, and get it flush. Always make sure these surfaces are clean right here. You'll find out later in one of the next videos why. Now you'll notice on this main right here that the hole's right there. It don't line up with that hole. That's okay because there's a continuous slot right there. Oil will come out. It will go in that slot, and so it really don't make any difference. You'll still feed the main journal with oil where you don't have a problem. Okay, so all these others are in except for the front one. I left it out just to show you. When they don't have the saddle on the side for the thrust, they're a lot easier to put in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, same thing. Hole don't line up with that hole, but there is a continuous slot. Okay, the next video will be showing the crank being put in and plastic gauging. Then it'll be removed. The plastic gauge will be cleaned off, and I'll show you how to read plastic gauge. These are all key things for a hobbyist or a do-it-yourselfer to know that will keep you out of trouble, and your engine will survive and continue to run. Key things that will keep you from having a pitfall or a hardship.